Welcome to Hong Kong Brief. The content of the briefing includes Carousell halts Taylor Swift Singapore show ticket sales to fend off scams. How infrastructure borrowing can benefit Hong Kong for decades to come. Crazy Rich Asians, the next generation, and the struggle with succession. Hong Kong is changing. Too bad outsiders see only decline. CC Lee claims Hong Kong's first medal at Asian Track Cycling Championships. Carousell halts Taylor Swift Singapore show ticket sales to fend off scams. South China Morning Post. Consumer marketplace Carousell is suspending the sale of Taylor Swift concert tickets on its platform in several Asian countries due to the rise in ticket scams associated with her shows. The suspension will last from Friday to March 9. Carousell's chief of staff Su Lintan said that Swift's concerts are unique in that many overseas concert-goers may not know how to protect themselves from scam tactics. Carousell will use a mix of artificial intelligence detection and manual moderation to detect and remove listings, and users are encouraged to report any suspicious listings. How infrastructure borrowing can benefit Hong Kong for decades to come. South China Morning Post. The Hong Kong government has proposed issuing bonds to fund large-scale infrastructure projects as it faces a deficit of over 100 billion Hong Kong dollars, $12.8 billion, this financial year. Hong Kong's public debt to GDP ratio is low by international standards, allowing the government to borrow more, even though interest rates are now higher. Debt financing for infrastructure projects is economically viable and necessary, as the benefits generated last for decades. However, concerns have been raised that borrowing would deepen the government's financial hole, burden future generations, and disguise the precarious state of government finances. The government should engage with these concerns and build society's trust in its ability to manage the country's finances well. Crazy Rich Asians, the next generation, and the struggle with succession. South China Morning Post. Asia's wealthiest families are preparing for a pivotal decade of wealth transfer as first-generation founders begin to age and succession plans become increasingly important. By 2030, an estimated $2.5 trillion in intergenerational wealth is expected to change hands across Asia. Younger heirs are more likely to invest in trending sectors like sustainability and incubating startups, and are more open to taking risks with investments. They are also more interested in adopting contemporary approaches to philanthropy, such as impact investing. The younger generation is more cautious about hiring outside advisors and instead values reputation and screening financial service providers and advisors carefully. There is also a shift toward more philanthropic giving among the younger generation of family business owners, with a focus on the climate crisis and a systemic approach to giving. Hong Kong is changing. Too bad outsiders see only decline. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong is not on the verge of economic collapse, despite recent challenges including protests, debt, deflation, and the COVID-19 pandemic, says David Dodwell, CEO of consultancy Strategic Access. While the city has faced numerous setbacks since it was returned to China in 1997, it has shown resilience and adaptability, Dodwell wrote in the South China Morning Post. Hong Kong has changed, but it is not dying, he added. CC Lee claims Hong Kong's first medal at Asian Track Cycling Championships. South China Morning Post. CC Lee Ziwing won a silver medal in the women's elimination race at the Asian Track Cycling Championships in India, earning Hong Kong its first medal of the event. Lee finished second behind Yumi Kajihara of Japan, who had previously beaten her to gold in the Omnium event at the Asian Games. Lee is currently focused on qualifying for the Paris Olympics and hopes to improve on her silver and bronze medals from the Hangzhou Asiad. She will also be competing in the UCI Track Nations Cup in Hong Kong next month. Hong Kong coach Hervé Degorn believes the team can challenge for more medals in the upcoming events. Australia's largest photography festival comes into focus. Nikkei Asia. the third edition of the Photo International Festival of Photography, Australia's largest photography festival, will take place from March 1 to 24. The festival aims to provide access to both Australian and international art, with over 100 free exhibitions in Melbourne and regional towns in Victoria. For locals in regional Victoria, the festival is an invitation to be part of an artistic community, while for Melbournians, it offers an opportunity to travel and stay outside the city, providing an economic boost to regional towns. The festival also has international ambitions, seeking to connect what is happening in Melbourne and Australia with global photography trends. The festival will showcase the work of emerging and established artists, exploring themes such as memory, identity, and the fragility of nature. The festival will commission new work and provide mentorship to artists, with funding from charitable organizations. The festival aims to bring together photographers from around the world and create a global meeting point in Melbourne. OpenAI's Sora pours cold water on China's AI dreams. South China Morning Post. OpenAI's new text-to-video model, Sora, has highlighted the gap between China and other countries in the field of artificial intelligence, AI. China had hoped to dominate the AI race globally by using its vast amounts of data to develop applications like facial recognition. However, recent developments in generative AI, which uses large models to create text, images, and video, have made China appear to be falling behind once again. Sora, which launched on February 16, showcases China's lack of access to key tools such as advanced graphics processing units, GPUs, developed by NVIDIA, the leading AI chip designer, due to U.S. export restrictions. China stock traders' new mantra is "Enjoy the rally while it lasts." Bloomberg. Chinese stocks have gone from being the world's worst performers to the best, prompting cautious optimism that the rally will continue as long as favorable market policies remain in place. A steady stream of policy support measures from Beijing has helped to end the recent rout, including share purchases by state funds and a clampdown on quantitative trading. The rally may be on borrowed time, however, and investors are aware of the vagaries of the Chinese stock market. Major equity benchmarks are still down 40 to 50% from their 2021 peaks. As US-EU anxiety grows, will overcapacity curb exports of China's new 3? South China Morning Post. China's exports of electric vehicles, EVs, lithium batteries, and solar cells could face challenges this year as Western policymakers express concerns about overcapacity. The US and European Union have already taken legal action and increased tariffs against what they perceive as an oversupply of cheap products. Analysts have warned that this could set back China's economy unless it diversifies away from the West and boosts domestic demand. However, expanding domestic demand is a difficult task that could take time and effort. China could also ease overcapacity by setting up factories in the US or Europe or in Southeast Asia. Step up patrols to ward off Hong Kong poachers. SCMP opinion. The Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, SPCA, has warned that the use of traps by poachers in Hong Kong is increasing and posing a threat to wildlife. The SPCA discovered 31 traps last year, up from 24 in 2022 and 20 in 2021. The Agriculture, Fisheries and Conservation Department seized 750 hunting appliances over the past 5 years, including 137 in 2023. The traps are widely available online and can cause severe pain and suffering to animals, with some dying or requiring amputations. Hunting without a permit is illegal in Hong Kong and carries a maximum fine of 50,000 Hong Kong dollars, $6,390, or up to 3 months in jail if done in country parks. However, catching poachers is difficult, with only 5 convictions in 2022 and the heaviest penalty being a 2,400 Hong Kong dollars fine. The department has pledged to strengthen enforcement strategies and increase patrols, but consideration should also be given to increasing penalties to provide a greater deterrent. HSBC commitment to Asia welcome as it profits from region. SCMP opinion. Hong Kong banks, including HSBC, Hang Seng Bank, the Bank of East Asia, and Standard Chartered, have reported strong profits for 2023. However, analysts have warned that the banks may face difficulties in the future as interest rates are expected to decline. The banks have been able to limit their exposure to the risky mainland property sector, which has been troubled by a soft domestic market and high interest rates. HSBC has set aside $1 billion for potential bad loans in its mainland property portfolio. The bank is also hoping to resolve a dispute with its largest shareholder, Ping An Insurance, by offering shareholders the biggest dividend since 2008. Christian Dior postpones mega event fashion show in Hong Kong. South China Morning Post. Christian Dior has postponed a highly anticipated fashion show in Hong Kong due to commercial reasons and uncertainties in China's economy. The event, which was expected to cost around 100 million Hong Kong dollars, $12.8 million, was scheduled to take place on March 23 at the Kai Tak Cruise Terminal. The show was part of Hong Kong's planned mega events and was aimed at boosting the city's tourism industry. However, Dior has decided to delay the event due to economic challenges faced by China, including a property market downturn and fluctuations in global demand. Authorities troll Lockbit boss on his commandeered dark website. Bloomberg. The UK National Crime Agency, NCA, and the FBI have claimed to know the identity and location of the leader of the notorious ransomware gang Lockbit, known as Lockbitsup. The agencies did not disclose the leader's alleged name, but said that he had engaged with law enforcement. The claims were made following an operation in which the authorities seized control of Lockbit's infrastructure and arrested 2 members. The U.S. State Department has also offered a reward of up to $10 million for information leading to the identification of any of the group's leaders. Xiaomi launches photography-focused 14 Ultra smartphone. South China Morning Post. Xiaomi has unveiled its latest flagship smartphone, the Xiaomi 14 Ultra, which is focused on photography and aims to compete with Apple's iPhone and Huawei. The Xiaomi 14 Ultra is part of the Xiaomi 14 series and is priced starting from 6,499 yuan, $903, compared to the starting retail price of 5,999 yuan for an iPhone 15. The handset will officially go on sale on February 27 during the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. Xiaomi has been promoting its camera and photography features following a partnership with Leica in 2022. The company aims to become the world's biggest smartphone maker in 3 years. Lotus Tech to launch autonomous driving cars in 60 Chinese cities this year. South China Morning Post. Lotus Technology, the luxury electric vehicle (EV) manufacturer, plans to deploy its semi-autonomous driving system in 60 major Chinese cities this year. The subsidiary of UK sports car maker Lotus Group, which is majority-owned by Chinese carmaker Zhejiang Geely Holding, will target the premium segment of the EV market, despite a slowdown in the Chinese economy. Lotus Tech is set to deliver its second mass-production EV model to Chinese customers next month, with the aim of carving out a niche in the country, which is the world's largest automotive market. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Six, your resident observer from the 6 Degrees world. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. Today, I have a diverse range of news to share with you, so let's dive right in. First up, we have Carousell, the popular consumer marketplace, suspending the sale of Taylor Swift concert tickets in several Asian countries to protect users from scams. It's a smart move, considering the rise in ticket scams associated with her shows. Remember, folks, always be cautious when buying tickets online. Next, the Hong Kong government is considering issuing bonds to fund large-scale infrastructure projects. While this may deepen the government's financial hole, it's a necessary step to improve the city's infrastructure. Let's hope they can manage their finances well and gain society's trust. Moving on, the wealthy families of Asia are preparing for a pivotal decade of wealth transfer. The younger generation is more interested in sustainable investments, contemporary philanthropy, and careful financial planning. It's great to see a shift towards a more holistic and responsible approach to wealth management. Now, let's address the misconception that Hong Kong is on the verge of economic collapse. Despite recent challenges, Hong Kong has shown resilience and adaptability. It's changing, but it's not dying. So let's not count Hong Kong out just yet. In sports news, Cici Li Ziwing won a silver medal for Hong Kong in the women's elimination race at the Asian Track Cycling Championships. Congratulations, Cici. We're rooting for you as you aim for the Paris Olympics and more medals in the upcoming events. Shifting gears to the arts, Australia's largest photography festival, the Photo International Festival of Photography, is kicking off soon. It's a fantastic opportunity for artists and photography enthusiasts to showcase their work and connect with the global photography community. Now, let's talk about artificial intelligence. OpenAI's new text-to-video model, Sora, has highlighted the gap between China and other countries in AI development. China's lack of access to key tools like advanced GPUs is slowing down its progress in this field. Looks like China needs to catch up in the AI race. Chinese stocks have gone from being the worst performers to the best. While the rally may continue with favorable market policies in place, investors are aware of the volatility of the Chinese stock market. Keep your fingers crossed, but tread carefully. China's exports of electric vehicles, lithium batteries, and solar cells may face challenges due to concerns about overcapacity in Western markets. China needs to diversify its export markets and boost domestic demand to avoid setbacks. It's easier said than done, but it's a necessary step for sustainable growth. Turning to wildlife conservation, the use of traps by poachers in Hong Kong is increasing, posing a threat to wildlife. The government should step up patrols, strengthen enforcement, and increase penalties to deter these illegal activities. In finance news, Hong Kong banks like HSBC, Hang Seng Bank, the Bank of East Asia, and Standard Chartered have reported strong profits. However, they may face difficulties in the future as interest rates are expected to decline. Let's hope they can adapt to the changing landscape and continue to thrive. In the fashion world, Christian Dior has postponed a highly anticipated fashion show in Hong Kong due to commercial reasons and uncertainties in China's economy. Economic challenges, such as the property market downturn, have led to this decision. Let's hope the fashion industry can bounce back soon. In a surprising turn of events, the UK National Crime Agency and the FBI claim to know the identity and location of the leader of the Lockbit ransomware gang. This operation is a significant win in the fight against cybercrime. Let's hope they can bring these criminals to justice. Now, let's talk tech. Xiaomi has unveiled its latest flagship smartphone, the Xiaomi 14 Ultra, which aims to compete with Apple's iPhone and Huawei. With a focus on photography, Xiaomi is determined to become the world's biggest smartphone maker. Let the competition begin. Lastly, Lotus Technology, the luxury EV manufacturer, plans to launch its semi-autonomous driving system in 60 major Chinese cities this year. Despite the economic slowdown, Lotus Tech aims to carve out a niche in the world's largest automotive market. Let's see if they can make it happen. That's all the news I have for you today, folks. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. Now, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on these news stories? Do you have any questions or comments? Let's discuss. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6-do brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6-do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6-do brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6-do brief via email.